Good afternoon, groovy citizens, and happy, fantastic Friday. You guys, it is Friday. That means the weekend is here. So if you don't have to work Saturday and Sunday, I give you my hands, because that means you have 2 full days to relax before Monday turns around. Now, if you happen to work on tomorrow, but you're off on Sunday and Monday, give you my hands as well, because you still got 2 full days to relax. Either way, y'all go out there and relax this weekend. If you have stuff to do, get up early, get it done, and then sit down and just relax, because you need to relax. Otherwise, I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I don't know about you, but today has been fantastic. I can't complain at all. God is good. We are amongst the land of the living. And y'all know my motto, every day is a great day no matter what. So let's jump into today's topic, which is so exciting for me. I could not wait to share it with you. Oh, and by the way, it is a beautiful, 44-degree weather day. The sun is out. It's a little on the chilly side, so I still have a jacket. It's just over in my seat. But otherwise, it's nice outside. Today's topic is, how bad do you want it? I want you to really think about that question. How bad do you really want it? So this quote that I'm going to share with you is by Eric Thomas. And y'all, this was just so powerful, so just phenomenal. I had to share it with you. And he says, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. Now, I don't know about you all, but have you ever had a time when you were choking on something and you couldn't breathe? Maybe you were in the swimming pool and you couldn't breathe, or you were in a fight, somebody was choking you, whatever the case may be. If you, when you have ever had that moment and you couldn't breathe, nothing else in this world mattered at that particular moment but getting your next breath. So like he says, when you want to succeed as bad as you want that breath, then you will be successful. He says, when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. Most of you say you want to be successful, come on now, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it better than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep. Some of you love sleep more than you love success. He said, if you are going to be successful, you've got to be willing to give up some. And I double underline, if you don't believe me, right here, I double underline the word some, sleep. Now, you can't give up all of it. I know some people would have you, believe if you want to be successful, you have, now I'm not saying Eric Thomas feels this way, but I've heard people say that you have to be willing to go days and weeks without sleep. The devil is a lie. You need your sleep, because I'm going to tell you a little secret that I do know for sure. When you haven't had enough sleep, honey, you are no good to anybody. You are no good to anybody. So you need your sleep. But it might mean that you're going to have to get by on just 4 hours of sleep, or maybe just 5 hours of sleep, as opposed to 8 hours or more of sleep. So just keep that in mind. He says you have to be willing to work off, and I just said 3 hours of sleep, or maybe 2 hours of sleep. He says you have to want to be successful so bad that you forget to eat. And Beyoncé said once she was on the set of doing her thing and 3 days had gone by and she forgot she hadn't eaten. Bless her heart, because guess what? I have to eat, okay? You will never be successful until nobody has to give you a dime to do what you do. I don't know about y'all, but I felt that right here. He says you will never be successful until nobody has to give you a dime to do what you do. Can I just let me put a pin right here. I do these car conversations or car vlogs 4 times a week. I don't get a dime for doing them. You know why I do them? I do them because it comes from the heart. I do them because I love what I do. I do them because I enjoy what I do. I do them because I love to motivate and encourage other people. But I don't get paid to do this. One would think that I do because I do them so many times a week, but I don't. And like he said, you will never be successful until nobody has to give you a dime to do what you do. So Emmitt Smith said at the end of the commercial, all men are created equal. Some work harder in preseason. Did you hear that? All men, I'm going to say all people, are created equal. Some work harder in preseason. They don't wait until the season starts to give it their all. Y'all, that'll catch you later on, because that was your shouting moment right there. He said it's not about where you come from, it's about heart. You come to a place where being smart isn't enough. You got to have heart. That's number one. Number two, he said the most important thing is this: to be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become. Y'all, that's powerful. Can I say that one more time? The most important thing is to be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become. Some of you can make sacrifices when Monday Night Football isn't on. But when the game comes on, for some reason, you're just attached to it. For some of you, when your favorite show comes on, you can make when your favorite show comes on, you can make sacrifices on Sunday when he said ain't nothing going on. But when your favorite show comes on, you can't do anything else. Some of you are focused until the phone rings. Come on now, y'all. Let me put a pin right there. Y'all know full well you are good until that phone rings, or you're good until that phone buzzes to let you know that somebody commented on one of your posts, or somebody that you follow has posted something. That thing, goes off. Y'all don't know how to act because you zone in and you're just caught up in to your phone. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I used to be that person. I can remember times where I was walking and almost tripped and fell because I was so engrossed in what I was looking at on my phone. Sometimes it was just checking my emails, but I was so engrossed in checking my emails, I almost walked into a pole or tripped off the curb. Why? Because the phone had my full attention, and then I couldn't do anything else because I was so engrossed in what I was doing. And then he says, focus till the phone rings, and then you have to answer it. Y'all ever notice how when that phone rings, you have to answer it? Now, I will say this. Sometimes we do need to answer it. Mom and dad calls, you might want to answer it. You might have some family members that call you. You have to answer it. Other times you see numbers pop up. If you don't have to answer it right then and there, don't. Leave that phone right where it is and you call them back, because what you're doing at that particular moment is more important than running your mouth on the phone trying to get the latest tea or the latest gossip, okay? He says, if you don't answer the phone, you act like you're going to die. Some of you, if you give up your cell phone, you would be successful. For some of you, your cell phone is more important to you than your success. The time you spend on your cell phone could be used for your success. The cell phone is bringing you nothing but a bill. I don't know about you, but every month AT&T sends me a bill. In fact, my cell phone bill is due next week. That's all that cell phone is doing, is bringing you a bill. Now, in some instances, yes, your cell phone is allowing you to get that call about that job offer. So I get that too, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And he says to be able at any moment to sacrifice what we are for what we could be. That's the thinking that you have to be able at any moment to sacrifice what we are for what we could be. He says we tend to quit on everything. You quit and you haven't even tried. Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute or an hour or a day or even a year. But eventually it will pass and something else will take its place. He says, if I quit, however, it will last forever. And I'll have that quote in the description box. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit more. When he asked the question, how bad do you want it? I need you all to really stop and think about that. I mean, seriously, I need you, and I'm not saying that you have to share your answers with me. I don't need you to do that, but I need you to really stop and think about that thing. How bad do you really want whatever it is that you say you want? If you want that relationship to work, if you want that business to work, if you want that job to work, if you want your family to work, if you want to purchase a new car, buy a home, whatever, take that big vacation, whatever that thing is for you, I need you to think about, how bad do you want it? You say you want to start a business, but are you willing to put in the work to take the necessary training that you may need so that you can get some knowledge of what, because you might cut hair well, but you need to have your certification. I don't know, I guess from barber school, I'm assuming, because I'm not a barber, but you need to be able to study to be able to take that test, right? If you want to sell homes, because maybe that's your passion, you've got to go to real estate school to be able to sit and pass the test to get your license to be a real estate agent. You may want to be an attorney. Well, guess what? You've got to go to college. You've got to get your bachelor's degree. You got to work on your, then you got to go and get your, I'm not sure if you get the master's and then the JD or how that works, but you've got to go and further your education. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the question then still is, how bad do you want it? Do you want to pass that test for whatever it is that you're trying to do bad enough that you have to cut folks off and say, you know what, I really would love to hang out with you all, but I'm not going to be able to do that. For the next couple of months, I have to stay focused on studying for whatever that exam is that you have coming up. Do you really want your family enough where you can say, listen, you know, tell your girlfriends or your guy friends, not going to be able to hang out and watch the game or go to the bar because I'm working on my marriage. I want to keep this woman or this man that I have. I want to keep my family together. So in order for me to do that, I'm going to have to cut off anything that's not necessary or anything that's not directly related to this marriage, because we're going to counseling and we're going to work on us. And if they're truly your friends and or even your family members, they're going to understand that. And they're going to say, you know what? I'm praying for you. Go ahead and do what you have to do. You have a family member or a close friend who may be an addict of any kind, and you know they need help. How bad do you want to be successful in that person's life? Because it may mean that you're going to have to give up some gym days because you're going to have to take them to their therapy session. It may mean that you may have to, I mean, I hate to say it, but for a family member, you may have to miss a couple of days at work because you need to get them to that appointment, because it's important to you that they get over whatever this thing is. I'm trying to put it into perspective so that you can really understand what I mean by how bad do you want to be successful? How bad do you want that thing? Do you want your business to grow? Well, if you want your business to grow, then guess what? You're going to have to do your part. That means you are going to have to put in the work, and you're going to have to if you want to get your business out there, you're going to have to get out there and put out videos, be it reels or actual videos like this one. But you're going to have to do your part. I want to make sure my business stays out there in the forefront, and people understand that, yes, I do have a business outside of working. I do have a business. I am a certified life coach. And so I am and as well as a motivational speaker. That's why I'm always making sure I get out there and I do my videos. Is it time consuming? Yes, it is. I can't begin to tell you how many times I stayed up late at night because I was researching so that I could put together my notes for my video. Or I was praying and waiting to hear from God. I said, Lord, well, what is it that you want me to share with the people this week? And so sometimes I've been up late waiting for God to send me that sign. Okay, this is what I want you to talk about. Somebody needs what I'm talking about today. I don't know who it is, but somebody needs that. And I'm trying to encourage you to put aside anything that's going to keep you from getting closer to your goals. So you have to ask yourself, is what I'm doing getting me closer? Excuse me, is what I'm doing right now, is it getting me closer to my goal or further away from it? Because if it's not getting you closer to your goal, then you're going to have to cut it off. And it might be that you can't cut it off completely, but you're going to have to cut back on whatever that thing is. That means you can't go to the gym and stay for 3, 4, 5 hours. Maybe you need to get in, be focused, get that workout in, and get out because you need to get home and work on your business. It might mean that after your work day, you're going to have to go to the library, wherever it is that you're going, to study for that test, or to study to be able to get better at whatever it is that you're doing. You're going to have to put in the work. You cannot expect to be successful at whatever it is that you want to do, but you don't want to put in the work. When you look at folks that have accomplished their goals and their dreams, and they're still accomplishing more, but they've accomplished so much, guess what? They put in the work. It's like this meme that I've seen, and it's a picture of an iceberg. Where on the top of the surface of the water, that iceberg looks like it's probably about this big. But what you don't see is it's probably as wide as this parking lot that I'm sitting in right now. That's the part you don't see. You just see that little bit on top. Well, when you look at somebody who's successful in their business, and I always like to use Walt Disney as an example. Walt Disney, you know, of course we know he's deceased, but his family, they have parks everywhere. They have all kind of parks. I've been to a lot of the parks. I've been to Magic Kingdom a couple of times. I've been to the Animal Kingdom Park, and God, I'm trying to think, it's 1 or 2 other ones that I've gone to, but he's got parks everywhere. They're huge. People love them, and they continue to go in droves, because guess what? People from 1 to 99 love Disney. Do you understand what I'm saying? I've seen people there, even when my daughter was younger, and they were there, couples, and they didn't have any small kids. It was just them. Why? Because people love Disney. And so we see the outcome, which is these huge parks and all this merchandise, but what we don't see is what happened in the background. You know, where did Walt Disney come up with the ideas for his theme parks? I'm sure he had to put in some time to think about that. And he was even laughed at and told, you know what, that's never going to work. You need to just keep your job, because that's never going to work. And look at it now. He's gone. A lot of those people that tried to discourage him, they're gone, but his legacy still lives on. And so I want to leave you with that if you want to be successful, you are going to have to be willing to put in the work. You're going to have to be willing to cut back on some of the things that you do, some of the people that you hang out with. Maybe you have to cut back on some of the sleep that you get, because you need to stay up a little later at night to work on whatever that thing is that you need to work on to help get you to the next level. And I really need you all to truly understand that. And it can't be, because here's what I've talked to some people, and they say, well, I work on my business on the weekend. I'm like, what about during the week? Well, I don't have time because I work, and when I come home, I got to cook dinner and clean up my house and this, that, and the third. Well, here's my thinking. If you've given that job 8 hours of your time, 9 hours, 10 hours, how many ever hours you work, you need to take your behind home and give your business at least minimum 1 hour. 1 hour of pure uninterrupted time. What did I just say? Pure uninterrupted time working on your business. It doesn't matter if you are just looking up ideas. It doesn't matter if you're just studying some topics. Whatever that thing is, you need to give your business at least 1 hour a day to work on whatever it is you need to do to get yourself to the next level. And I promise you, you will be successful. But the other thing is, you guys, you got to just do it. You have to just do it. You cannot keep saying what you want to do. You cannot keep writing in your journal. And I'm a journal lover. But whatever you have in your journals right now, I need you to start working on making that thing happen. I shared with you all that I am going to be doing my first mind body wellness retreat this year. I wanted to do it in September, but now it looks like, you guys, I'm going to have to move it back to the end of August, because I'm a co-chair for our women's ministry at my church, Metropolitan Baptist, and we are doing a women's mind body wellness retreat in September. It's like the end of September, I believe. Well, you know what? I could still do mine the beginning of September. I'm gonna think about that. But anyway, I digress. So what I'm saying is, I've been talking about wanting to do this. Now is the time for me to do it. I can't be successful if I don't step out there and do it. And I promise you guys, this really is it. My last thing. Let me just say this, and I need you to hear me closely. Let me get closer. Some of the people that you all hang out with, they can't go with you. Some of the people that you're hanging out with right now, I'm whispering because I don't want anybody else to hear me, they can't go with you. This is a journey that you are going to have to go on your own. That's why I say, when you have to be willing to give up some stuff, some of y'all need to give up some of the people that you hang with. Some of them are family members. Yes, you love them, but they can't go with you. This journey and this mission right now is for you and you alone. So I need you to think about that. Y'all listen, that's my time. I need to get on home because I have some stuff to do. And my other half and I, we have a date night tonight. So we're going to go grab something to eat. And I'm hungry anyhow. So having said that, if you're new to watch my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. So glad to have you. Y'all know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of your day. Have an amazing weekend on purpose. But don't forget, come back tomorrow because I'll have another car conversation with another motivating talk. It is my hope and my pleasure that something I said today moves in your heart, in your mind, in your soul to say, you know what, Michelle is right. I say I want this, but I'm not doing what I need to do to get it. So do I really want it, or do I kind of want it? Or do I just like giving lip service? Hopefully this helps you to decide now is the time to do what I need to do to get to the next level. Listen, you know the drill, you know the spiel. I love you all to the moon and back, and I want nothing but the best for you. And guess what? There's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because nothing is ever going to make me not love you, and it's never going to make me not want to encourage you, because I want to see each and every one of you succeed. I want to see you win. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I just need you to believe in yourself, and I need you to go out there and make it happen. Love you all, and we'll talk again tomorrow.